Greetings and salutations, guys, gals, and transvestites. I'm sorry. I just had to get jiggy with it. I could not hold back. And you want to know why? Because this is the day all of you and me have been waiting for. Hey, and you know what? I have a feeling that some of you actually wondered if something this grand, this amazing, this stupendous could actually come into fruition. Well, don't worry, my fellow simpletons, because right now I honestly have the Mona Lisa of video games, and that would be a physical version of Shaq Fu, a Legend Reborn. That's right. I hope I didn't give any of you a heart attack, because this is huge news. I mean, yes. You know what? Some people are rich, and some people are wealthy. This right here symbolizes Old Tuffy Tuff has it, has played it, has beat it, and now I am bringing all my knowledge I have gained from playing this train wreck. I mean masterpiece. Now, I have made like 3 or 4 videos on this game in the last 6 months, which is a ton for me just to do on one game. Those videos were me mocking sarcastically the greatness of what Shaq Fu, a Legend Reborn would be. And I mean, who could blame me? The first Shaq Fu was so bad that even the game developers of this game mocked the original Shaq Fu. And I can thankfully say that this Shaq Fu is better than the original Shaq Fu. But you know, let's be frank. I have seen shits come out of Ruben Stutter's ass that are better than the original Shaq Fu.
Girl, this is my sorry for 2004, and I ain't gonna mess up no more.
Hey, Ruben! No need to apologize for that shit you took in 2004. We all know what happens when you have the beef and bean 7-layer burrito from Taco Bell. Hey, but no one told you to eat 17 of them, you big lug.
The engineers forgot to fit this thing.
Okay, enough of the history lesson I've been bestowing upon all of you. Let's get to the doggone review. Like all my reviews, I played Shaq Fu the Legend Reborn on hard the first time through. So this game starts off as Shaq being an infant, set down a river in a designer handbag, and is taken in and taught Shaq Fu by some random old guy mentor a la Karate Kid. You know, for some reason, everyone refers to Shaq as being a 7'1" Chinese man. But in my view, he still looks like the gorilla that throws barrels at you in the Donkey Kong games, for Pete's sake. Yeah, I have no idea where the Asian reference came from, but this game has all types of weird stereotypes that some people out there might consider racist or sexist or even gay bashing, but you know, it really didn't bother me that much. It's just the Big Diesel being the Big Diesel. I mean, he did this, for Pete's sake.
Watch this now, Bob. Watch the power. He just overpowers him, and he comes down, and then he shoves him right there. O'Neal was so powerful on that move that Dudley...
That big lug Shaquille O'Neal just stuck his penis in that man's face. Huh? Okay, back to the game. First level takes place in California. You unlock a punch, and a kick, and a jump. Who saw that? I have a 37-inch vertical. I got way up there. You also unlock a dash move, and a ground pound to go along with the Shaq combo finisher, which is a Shaq size 22 kick in the gullet. Wow, I spent last year ripping Shaq Fu, and it's actually a good game. These are the exact words I said to my son. I ran out my room and told him that. Hand to God! Shaq Fu is a good game. Well, I obviously spoke too soon. Egg on my face. After the first level, no new moves or combos are unlocked. For the next 5 levels, you are stuck using the same boring moveset that wears out its welcome before the second level concludes. In this day, it's almost unheard of not to switch stuff up or even add unlockable combos or specials. Having a beat-em-up type game that is simple can actually work. Mother Russia Bleeds didn't have a complex moveset, but it was able to keep things interesting by switching up the strategies needed to win. Shaq Fu unfortunately keeps it incredibly basic and dull. Oh wait, I'm getting a phone call. Excuse me.
Second, Prince Baby Bear.
Hello?
Punch that thing in the
Oh, hi, Petey Pie. Yeah, you're right. I do have Shaq Fu, a Legend Reborn. No, you can't come over and play it. I mean, how could I let you touch this awe-inspiring game, man? I'm a what? Didn't you learn your lesson when you used that word during a PUBG stream last year? Petey Pie, you're a nindery noonie. That's right, I said it. Sorry about that, everyone. I guess the news of me having Shaq Fu is out. Okay, back to the review. As I was saying, the combat in this game is extremely basic. Shaq Fu has a decent number of different enemies to battle throughout the game. I'd say like over 20. But even the standard flamboyant dressing gay man enemies are all very similar in the way they fight. Some of the enemies can only be defeated with certain attacks, and Shaq Fu tends to use a strategy that is quite dated compared to most games released in the last 15 years. One example of this is the Kim Kardashian butt boss fight. Yes, I'm not making that up. You can only do damage to her by dashing and then you punch her. But your dash takes a bit to recharge. So instead of the fight being a challenge, it's just a boring waste of time with no tension at all because you know you will do damage and not get hit. It's just a matter of waiting and waiting and waiting. If old Puffy Tough wanted to be bored, he'd just watch any scene in Baywatch with Hobie Buchanan.
Have no fear, princess. I'll protect you. Stop! You're scaring me.
Now, speaking of boss fights, I would like to talk about one of the cheapest fights I have experienced in modern gaming. And that is the level 3 Paris Hilton fight. And Paris Hilton, Shaq? Isn't she a bit dated? I mean, if we're gonna do Paris Hilton, why not do the other girls? Shaq, where is the Heather Locklear boss fight? You know what I mean? Or how about my 4th grade crush, Pamela Big Boobs Anderson? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Shaq, we can go way back, and you can bury your size 22 LA gears into Raquel Welch's sexy self. Oh yeah, we are going way, way, way back. Whoa, Nelly! Now to said fight I was just talking about. In this fight, Paris uses her purse as an unblockable move that freezes you for at least 2 seconds, but a lot of time it's more. And while this is happening, it's slowly damaging you. You're losing health. While you are in this hold, other smaller enemies can wail on you as well. There says there is a way to escape this, but no matter how fast I did it, you are always screwed for at least 2 seconds. I even tried the D-pad to no avail. This isn't a big deal on normal, but I don't play on normal. I play on hard. And when you play on hard mode, Shaq Fu makes your offense do less damage and enemies do more. So it's a very easy to die when you're fighting Paris Hilton. This game really used the cheap way of increasing difficulty instead of being creative. But this is Shaq Fu for Pete's sake, so I don't know what I expected. Oh, and I did end up winning the fight after 3 hours by spamming O square with reckless abandon. Now, on top of all that bullshit, the game actually froze 4 times during the fight. If an enemy spawns that has a weapon and you kill that enemy and they drop it, do not pick it up because the game freezes immediately, at least on the PS4 version. Every time that happened, I had to restart the fight from the beginning. So, oh wait, did you guys hear that? I think I'm getting another phone call. I don't know. I wonder who it could be. I have no idea. Hello? WauwautosaTufGuy here, preaching the Tuffy Tough Manifesto. Oh, it's Donald Trump. Hello, Donald. How are you and your sweet comb-over? How has Twitter been? Yeah. Oh, well, that is just swell. So, yeah, I do have Shaq Fu. What does this concern the Commander-in-Chief? What? No, you can't use it. No. What? I don't care if you use an executive order to get my version of Shaq. I'll die before this relic leaves my hands. It's a keepsake, and I don't care what you do. It will only be leaving my incredibly buff and shredded bodybuilding body when there is no more breaths coming out of this mouth. Yup, you big butthead. I can't believe I called him a big butthead. I'm leaving, Donald. Yeah, fine. You can tell me one more thing, but then I'm done.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person. Rosie's a loser. What a slob.
What? Rosie is a fat pig? Well, thank you, President Trump. I'll make a note of it in my pocket organizer. I'll let you get back to doing whatever you do. Oh, Trump, one more thing. I am Shaq Fu, motherfucker! Wow! I keep getting interrupted. I don't understand it. Jeez Louise! Now then, Shaq Fu really plays like a game that was built in the 90s. The mechanics in Streets of Rage 2 aren't that much different than what is found in the current Shaq Fu game. That being said, this game can actually be fun at times. Twice during the game, Shaq transforms into a cactus, and it's called Shaq-this! So clever, Shaq! Oh, so clever! Thumbs up on that one. Also, he turns into a robot during his diesel mode. Shaq, when he makes these transformations, Shaq becomes incredibly OP and nothing can hurt him. Well, they can, but you don't, if you can at least hold the square button down. Thankfully, the game only uses both these modes 4 times all throughout it, or else it would run the risk of becoming just a teeny weeny bit stale. In my opinion, of course. In all, Shaq Fu took me about 6 or 7 hours to beat, but half of that was due to the Paris Hilton fight. So on normal, I'm guessing this game would be about 3 hours, maybe 4. After beating the game, there aren't any unlockables, there's no boss rush mode, nothing like that. So after you beat the game, I really don't see a reason to play this motherfucker again. And for some reason, Kanye West shows up after you beat the incredibly simple and lackluster final boss. So I'm guessing we're getting Shaq Fu DLC in the future. Heaven is sure smiling down upon mankind. Well, alrighty then. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I'd like to see a video of Shaquille O'Neal's poopy shitties. I need deodorant to cover up a stench from my armpitty. If I had to rate Shaq Fu a Legend Reborn, I'd give it a 44 out of 100, which is subpar in the Tuffy Tough manifesto. Also, out of the 339 games I have played and rated in my revered life, Shaq Fu a Legend Reborn is my 314th favorite game, which puts it right ahead of General Chaos for the Sega Genesis. If anyone played that, they get a golden star. And it's also right behind the Atari 7800 version of Dig Dug. That's right, I played games that came out before I was born. Also, since Shaq Fu sits at 314 on my naughty yet nice list, that puts the game right ahead of Tempest 2000 for the Atari Jaguar and Tokyo Jungle indie game for the PS3. Yep, hey, I know what all of you are thinking. This guy owns Shaq Fu and he also had a fucking Atari Jaguar? I guess we are looking at the definition of a 1%er. Huh. Okay, so there you have it, the Tuffosaurus Rex feelings on Shaq to Shaq, Fu to Fu. While this game is definitely not a train wreck, it's not very good. While I was playing this game, many things ran through my mind, like I stopped playing God of War for Shaq Fu, or I bought Onrush, Vampire, and Shaq Fu, but I chose to play Shaq Fu. And finally, did I really take off work to fight Paris Hilton in Shaq Fu? That's right, some of these questions went through my head. Do you all question my mental sanity, my mental state? I don't want to be Baker acting, for Pete's sake. Okay, well, my work here is done, and I'm gonna miss all of you. Oh, jeez, I'm getting another food. Come on, this is so embarrassing. Why is this happening on my video at all times? I need to be held. Okay, let's just get it out of the way so I can finish. Hello? Wait, why are you calling me? You live behind my couch. I want to know. No! You can't have shit. No, you can't have Shaq Fu. Stay behind the couch. You touch my beloved Shaq Fu, and I will chop your Adam's apple off and make you a woman. You stay away, you son of a bitch. You stay away. Long time no see, everyone. It's your boy, Logan Paul, and now I have Shaq Fu, a Legend Reborn, in my hands. Did anyone ever wonder what it's actually like to touch the sun and feel a piece of supremacy and excellence from the heavens? Well, did everyone? Well, after touching this game, I know what it feels like. Logan Paul does, that's right. Well, after all that, I guess there's only one thing to do. It's time for Logan Paul to play Shaq Fu, a Legend Reborn. Everyone, don't forget to buy my word next to Shaq Fu, Legend Reborn on
It doesn't matter what
mental fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool, with mental fresh and full of life.
Where's she answering? And who am I? That's not a secret I'll never tell. You know you love me. XOXO.